spot to start from. You know, without the events of September 11th, 2001, we would not be running today. We would not have spent the last couple of days in New York, and we would have not had the opportunities that we've had. But those events happen, and anytime there's adversity, you can do one of two things. You can fold up your tent and go home, or you could become stronger from the adversity. And looking at these firemen today here with us, and in a second being able to hear Chief Jonah's story, I think that should inspire you. The rest of this week, there's going to be some hardship. Physically, there's going to be points where it's going to really suck, and you're going to question, why am I doing this? When you question, why am I doing this, think about Jared. Think about how Jared's grown because of the treatment he received at SHARE. Think about those clients who are at SHARE now. Think about the lives you're going to impact. You can't put a value on the ability to save lives, and what you're going to commit yourself to doing should be something you take with you for the rest of your life. And you should be proud, especially you younger Marines, because a lot of your peers aren't doing stuff like this. Each one of you young guys has made the commitment to step up and make a difference, and we all can make a difference. And I think we all have an obligation to do that. So, you know, you can hear me ramble on forever, but I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to turn it over to someone who has a much more compelling story than I. And it would be a great disservice if I tried to even give you a brief narrative of that story. But just from those of you today with New York Fire Department who are here, we want to thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do day in and day out. And it takes a hell of a man to run toward the fire. You know, our country, we're always running away, and we're always isolated and just consumed with ourselves. But you guys are the embodiment of selflessness. And it means a hell of a lot. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for coming. And on behalf of the fire department, I know I speak for them, it's an honor to be in your presence. There's a strong connection between the fire department and the military. As a matter of fact, we have our 150th anniversary this year. And a lot of the fire department rank structure and demeanor came as a result of returning soldiers from the Civil War. And so there's a lot of common threads between the fire department and the military. And again, on behalf of the fire department, we're honored to be in your presence. And September 11th cemented that even further. If you turn around and you see what you see now, it looks radically different than it did on that bright September morning in 2001. I was working in a firehouse in Chinatown, a little more than a mile away, and I heard the captain from Engine 10 get on the radio. That was our first indication for how bad this day was going to be. He transmitted a radio signal that signifies a major emergency going on. And we were under a military-style attack. We had 2 human-guided missiles that are attacking the largest office buildings in the United States. People who just went to work that one sunny morning, and they never expected to see what was about to happen to them. What is heartwarming, though, is, and I still reflect on it to this day, the courage and the heroism that was on display by the fire department. And they didn't flinch. And like Travis and I spoke about where you guys could have your meal last night. And I said, unfortunately, there are a lot of places that you can select. There was a lot of sorrow and grief to go around in every firehouse for miles. You know, so, but we thought that this was appropriate. 5 firefighters reported for duty in this firehouse that day, and they didn't return. And you walk up the street to engine 24 and ladder 5, and they had 11, and engine 6 had 4 or 5. And, you know, of 15. The numbers are just staggering. When I was in the building in the North Tower, making our way upstairs for search and rescue, and we were committed. We were going to make. We were going to go up there. We were going to save somebody's life. And when the South Tower collapsed, we realized that we were a little late. It's not going to get done. We're not going to get everybody out the way we ordinarily would at a fire. So we started our retreat, and that retreat certainly wasn't complete when the North Tower collapsed. My company did latch onto a woman. We carried her down the stairs, and she was with us when the building collapsed around us. And it was quite the ordeal, having a 110-story building crash down around you. And but again, as I reflect on that time, I was trapped in the rubble for over 4 hours. I think of all those brave and courageous souls that went up to heaven all around us. And it was a horrible ordeal, and it was very trying. But I was so proud to be there. I was so proud to witness what I witnessed, to have a small part. People have asked me, what about the fire department's role there? I said, well, I went in with 6 people and I came out with 7. And that's what everybody was trying to do. They were trying to save somebody's life. So we had a day, one day, like you guys have had, where you have all that mayhem and chaos and life and death decisions. People dying as a result of life and death decisions. And you still have to push on. And we had one day like you guys have had. So it's so commendable that you guys are taking on this task of running for the Shepherd Center and raising money for it. This is such a day filled with symbolism. A lot of numbers. We all know the number 343. 343 firemen went into that building. They went to the 2 buildings and didn't survive. Which is far more than we had ever expected. Prior to September 11th, the largest life loss fire event we ever had was 12 for a collapse that happened on 23rd Street in 1966. So September 11th was off the charts. So 343 is such a large and symbolic number. The number 23, the number of New York City police officers that were killed that day. The number of 37, that's the number of North police officers that were killed. And the number of 2,750. That's the amount of people that died right there. More people died there than died at Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, they could shoot back. But it was heartwarming to see the human spirit in such a way that they would disregard their own safety and their own livelihoods. They would go to help someone. I was never so proud to be a farmer as I was in September 11, 2001. It was a truly noble day. I had the opportunity to speak at a firehouse on September 11th this last year, where they lost everybody in the firehouse. They had a memorial set up, and there was a lot of widows, mothers, and fathers, and children. And I think they were expecting another eulogy for them, and I didn't give it to them. I essentially told them what their sons and husbands and fathers did was great. great. Their loss is staggering, I know, but they saw them in action, they would have been so proud of them. So, other numbers of symbolism, you're running 911 miles. Again, that date of 9/11, that was our second day of infantry. We were attacked on our soil like that. And it's a war that still goes on. And you're the warriors that are fighting for it. I love the pictures of firefighters crawling up out of the rubble holding an American flag and passing it to a soldier or a Marine. And the Marine saying to the firefighter, okay, we'll take it from here. But like the fire department where we take care of our own, you're taking care of your own. Again, the number of the symbolism of the number 22. The 22 veterans that come home and commit suicide every day. You're not forgetting them. What you're doing is noble. And your families are proud of you. And your soldiers and Marines are proud of you. So good luck to you. We love you. And Godspeed.
Gentlemen, I don't know if there's anything else that we need to say. What I would like to ask is that the two youngest Marines, Corporal Beaver, Leo, if you guys would get the wreath and maybe place it in the center of the monument here under dedicated to those who fell and to those who carry on.